We're going to find more obscure players on Championship Manager 0102. Even after 24 years, we're still finding these little gems on this game. Stay tuned to see who these gems are. So as I said, 24 years on, we're still finding these little gems on this game. So we're going to go through each player individually, from goalkeeper, defender to midfielder to attackers, and you'll see who these players are. So first of all, starting off with Hapov, 36-year-old. Yes, you're only going to probably have him for a season or two, but he is actually really good on this game. Very versatile, very good at commanding the box on this game too. But he's the first goalkeeper. Let's see the second. Nacho Gonzalez. He's a free transfer on the game, originally from Las Palmas last season, but this guy once again is another good goalie. But I tell you what, no one ever talks about Nacho Gonzalez, which is absolutely insane because he's so good on this game. Now the next goalkeeper on our list is this one, Nuno Santos from Sporting Lisbon. He's roughly around 375,000. You're probably spending about 500,000 just to bring him away from Sporting Lisbon, but he's 23 years old. Handling's 12, reflexes 13, but I'll tell you what, he develops into a 15-16 handling and reflexes roughly around 14 or 15. I've not seen it get higher than 15, to be fair with you, but this guy is another good goalie on this game. And lastly, the last goalkeeper on the list is Rami Shaban. I don't know if any of you guys remember him from Arsenal. Yes, he's about £2.5 million, but I'll tell you what, no one gives him credit on this game. For some reason, he is just like dust in the wind. No one talks about him. He just goes under the radar. But I'll tell you what, he puts out so many good performances on this game. But that's all the goalkeepers now, guys. Let's have a look at the defenders. Amir Spahic from Zagreb. You can buy him for probably around £30,000-40,000 on the game. He's very cheap, very young. But I'll tell you what, his stats, don't let it fool you. It does get better and better as the season goes on, obviously with good training and continuous playing time. But this guy is a very good player for these lower league clubs. Let's have a look at the next one. Yaziski from Dnipro. I'll tell you what, this is another person I never see anyone talk about on this game. You can buy him for roughly £500,000 and he develops into a fantastic centre-back on the game. His tackle rate is superb as well. But that's our second defender. Let's have a look at the next one. Nelson Cuvas from River Plate. Yes, £3.7 million. He does cost a little bit, to be fair with you, but he is another player, especially who can play up front, attack and midfield, but I find him most better in defence because he's got great pace, he's got great agility, and great stamina too. And this guy can only get better and better as the game goes on. Henrik Dahl from Häcken, 50,000, probably looking about 70-80,000 to get him away from Häcken. But he's 26 years old, Swedish, and he can play across the whole of the defence. And yes, the stats don't look very good, let's be honest, but I'll tell you what, this guy, he can pull out some top-notch performances on this game. And once again, it's another player I'm surprised no one ever talks about. But this guy, Henrik Dahl, he is very good on this game. Pamoduka. I know a lot of people do know this guy, which is good because it'll be a crime if you don't know who Pamoduka is. But he does develop very nicely on this game, and you have to be quick because he does get snapped up relatively early in the game too, which means that you'll have to spend mega bucks to pry him away from whatever club's bought him. But you're looking about 1.2 million to get Ka, and then you've got a fantastic player for a longevity of 12-13 years on the game, which is brilliant. But yeah, Pamoduka, another person I highly recommend. Janka from Strasbourg. Now Janka is a guy who is literally non-existent on the game. No one talks about him. unless you actually play within the French league, even managing the Cameroon side, you never come across him. I mean, you can probably buy him for about £500,000-600,000. He does get snapped up after the second season, but Janka, he is really good on the game. Great tackle rate, great average rating. He is fantastic on the game. Definitely one person that you should look at buying if you're in a lower league club. Ingolfsson. Now Ingolfsson, yes, he's 31 years old, but for a left back, he is really good on the game. Once again, it's another one of these players that you can buy for lower league clubs, and he performs fantastic on the game. I mean, I know for a lot of people you probably look for Jamie Victory or what have you, but Ingolfsson is definitely a player that you should look at. Constant great ratings, constant tackle rate, constant dribble rate as well. He is very good on the game and is definitely one player you should look at having in your team. Arnaud Vidarsson. Now Arnaud, I think some people do know who Arnaud is on the game, but he is phenomenal. Arnaud gives you so much great stats in the team. He develops so good on the game too. And you only have to pay what, 2.5, maybe 3 million to take him away from Lokeren. But I'll tell you what, it is probably the best 2.5, 3 million you would have spent, and you've got a player who's going to be with you for over 10 years, and he develops fantastic too. Stefansson. Now, yes, he's 36 years old. You're probably going to get 1, maybe 2 seasons at the very, very most with Stefansson, depending on his game time. But I'll tell you what, once he goes into the regen pool, he is brilliant to try and nab up as soon as you possibly can. £2,000 to buy him, and I'll tell you what, it's probably going to be the best £2,000 to £5,000 you're going to spend on a player, because he'll give you top-notch ratings from the get-go. He is brilliant, and I'll tell you what, if you don't like him when you buy him, I'll eat my hat. So now we've gone into the midfield, and everyone probably knows about Jean-Michel Ferry. He is a fantastic player to have on the game. He's a free transfer at the start. You could probably get at the most 2, maybe 3 seasons out of him, but really, really good player to have. I think you're probably going to give him the most for basic wage, £7,000. So if you've got that price tag available, then that's brilliant. But if you have the opportunity to get him on a free transfer, and you've got a solid defensive midfielder in your team. Gio Vanella from Celta Vigo. He is valued at £3.4 million. It's probably going to cost you in excess of £5 million to get him away from Celta Vigo, but his rates, his determination is brilliant on the game, as well as his tackle rates and his average rating during the course of the season too. He will not stop, and I tell you what, for 18 influence, he would be a great candidate for a captain in your team. Baldur Bet of FH. Now, it will probably cost you about £20,000-25,000 to buy him, but he's a player that's gone right under the radar until I actually came across him and I trialled him. I'll tell you what, I couldn't believe the performances that he was providing to me. Not just someone who gives good assists, but a good goal scorer in the game too. And like I said, for £20,000-25,000 you're probably going to have to pay to get him. It is absolutely vital. If you're a lower league club, get him, and you're going to get fantastic performances. And in the next 2 or 3 seasons afterwards, you're going to be able to sell him for so much more money than what you bought for him. Rune Bolseth of Sognald. Now this guy, £500,000. You're probably looking about £1 million to be fair, because they do try and push a lot of money for him. But he is absolutely brilliant. I thought Bet was great on the game, but if you're a higher club that wants to look for a player that's going to give you more for your money, Rune is that guy. And I tell you what, after 5 seasons where you have him, he's going to be valued at over £6 million on the game, and you've got mega bucks for selling him on. But other than that, great performances on the game once again, but the main focus is that you can get so much more money for him after 5-6 seasons, and you can replenish him with so many more players. Salt Muller. Now you can buy him for about £20,000 on the game. After 3 years, he will be valued at just under £2 million. This guy, I mean, he does get better as the season goes along. His stats does improve, but it's one of those players that you can look at him and you think, I can flip him in a few seasons' time, get a lot of money out of it, and then I can start looking for my next player. Zoltmuller is definitely that guy. Raimondas from Maccabi Haifa. Now, you're probably going to spend about nearly just £1 million on this player. A Lithuanian god, apparently, so some boards say. A lot of people have tried him before. I've bought him. He's done fair for me, to be fair, in the past, but not a god-like sense. But it's still good enough, and after a few seasons, he's valued for a couple of million. You can flip him, or you can keep him, because he does have great influence in the team. Yes, aggression's quite high, but his bravery's great too. And he's definitely a player that is well worth having. But I'll tell you one thing, he does get yellow cards and red cards quite regularly on this game. Tony Amoros from Europa. £45,000, you're probably looking about £70,000 that you're going to have to pay to buy him. But he is absolutely phenomenal. The amount of assists you get out of him is crazy. And if you place him up front, he scores goals for fun. The one drawback for Tony Amoros is his injury proneness is 20. So he does get injured quite a lot. But I'll tell you what, if you don't mind that, you've got a player who scores goals for fun, who assists for fun, and for what, £70,000 you're probably going to buy him for? It's money well worth spent. Gudmundsson from Stabæk. Now, you're probably looking about £2 million. It does cost a lot of money to get him away from Stabæk, but 26-year-old Icelandic player. You can play him in attacking midfield, he can play up front, but he can also, in the hidden tactics, in the hidden box, if you're using the CM Scout, he can play centre mid as well. He is really good on this game. Great stamina, great pace, and I tell you what, for a player like this, it is well worth paying £2 million for Gudmundsson, because he is gonna be that good for you. Zetu from Salamanca. Now, this guy has gone under the radar for me. I must admit, someone actually brought this to my attention, how good this player is. I've tried him in 2 different career modes, and the amount of assists that he provides is unreal. £50,000, you're probably looking about £80,000 that you have to spend to buy him. But I'll tell you what, I mean, I looked at him, I thought, he can't be like a 2 Madeira type player. Obviously he's not, because he doesn't score the amount of goals that 2 Madeira does, but Zetu gives you so many assists during the season. It is unreal. And like I said, for £50,000, probably spending £70,000, £80,000 on him, it is well worth the buy, because if you like to play with wingers, this guy is going to provide so many goal contributions for you. It's unreal. Bjornsson from FH. 22,000, you're spending 35,000 to buy him on the game. Not really the type of player you'd want in Division 1, but definitely Division 3 Conference League. Division 2 might be a bit of a push for him, but he's definitely very good for lower league clubs. Osmar from River Plate. 700,000, you're easily spending 1.2, 1.3 to buy him. But if you're a lower club and you've got the facilities to buy him, because him as a false number 9, a bit like David Collins, he bags you so many goals in attacking midfield. And like I said, as a false 9, that is his best position, and he scores so many goals. Stats say absolutely nothing to what he does on this game. So Osmar, a definite buy for a lower league club. Martin Kamburov from Loko Plovdiv. Now, he's 20 years old, from Bulgaria. You're spending about £450,000 to actually buy him. Now, the stats say a little bit about him, but I'll tell you what, as an attacking wide player, even as a forward in some cases where I've played him, he is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Division 2 quality. Division 1 he can survive in there too. Not played him in the Premier League, of course, but that is someone that I would love to try and use in the Premier League once I get that far with him. But definitely a player that you want in your team. Jose Cano. Now you can buy him for no more than £45,000 on the game. Generically, I managed to get him on a free transfer within 3-4 seasons this time around. It shows up in 2006. But he bags you so many goals in attacking midfield. I play him more as a false 9 than I would do as a striker. But the amount of assists he gets, the amount of goals that he gets is unreal. And for a price that low, he is absolutely phenomenal to have in your team. Lower league clubs, Conference, Division 2, Division 3, Division 1 even. He can hack it in those leagues. Premier League is a little bit too far-fetched for him, but definitely if you're starting with a lower league club, Jose Cano is definitely the player that you want in the team. Rui from Varzim. Now you can probably spend about £300,000 to get him. Attacking midfielder, obviously the best place for him. He can play in centre midfield as well, shows on CM Scout. But this guy, he is really, really good on the game. He bags so many goals for fun. He bags so many assists like it's just playtime for him. But this guy, he's so cheap. He's so good on the game. Division 2 quality without a shadow of a doubt. Division 1 might be a bit too much for him, but still, give him a go, sign him, and you can see how good he is. Ragnar Sigurdsson of Fylkir, 15 years old. You can buy him for £5,000, guys, and you've got a player for the next 15-16 years. Develop him really good. This guy will get you so many goals in the game. There is no point having a fantastic striker because Ragnar will get you the goals that you need. Once again, this guy, have him in your team, start him in a Conference League and build him all the way up. You will see how good this guy gets. Now we're on to our strikers. It's the last list, guys. So Nino Buell from Hajduk, 25-year-old from Croatia. 1.3, you're looking at over 2.5 million it costs to buy him. But this guy provides you so many goals in your team, it's unreal. And after 3 seasons where you'd have him, he's easily worth £5 million. So if you don't even like him after the 3rd season, flip him and you can sign another striker. Gerasim Zakov from CSK Sofia. You are looking about £250,000-300,000 it's going to take to sign him, but he's 16 years old. The finishing of 6 does not give you the true representation of how good this guy is. He scores so many goals on the game, and I tell you what, after a few seasons you'll see his finishing level goes up to 12-13, and you'll start to see all his other stats going up periodically too. This guy is absolutely phenomenal and so cheap on the game too. He is a must-have. Gabor Zavatsky from MTK, 26-year-old Hungarian striker. You're probably spending £500,000, maybe £600,000 it's going to take to buy him. But this guy, he is absolutely great on the game. Division 2, Division 3, if you can get him for Conference, fantastic. But he scores so many goals in the lower league level of English football. So give this guy a try and you can see how many goals he scores. Grafate from Mantonese. It is going to cost you £500,000 to get this guy. 22-year-old Brazilian, under the radar, doesn't get selected for the Brazilian squad until he starts playing higher league football. But this guy, he scores loads of goals in the Brazilian leagues. He scored loads of goals in the French league too. Give this guy a try, guys, because he is so good on the game. I'm going to be trying him in the English league soon. But I'll tell you what, I am so looking forward to him playing in the lower league level of English football. Oleg Legvinsky, 23-year-old Ukrainian. You are going to have to spend nearly £1 million to buy this guy, but he is so good on the game. I've tried him out with the Ukrainian national squad, and I'll tell you what, when Shevchenko retired, I relied on him so much. I was starting to think, Shevchenko who? But no, seriously, he is really good on the game. He scores so many goals, it's unreal. Andrei Voroby from Shakhtar Donetsk, 22-year-old Ukrainian. Once again, he is another player that I used in the Ukrainian squad. And I'll tell you what he does. He does exactly what you think he would do. He does score loads of goals for you. I'm going to be trialling him out in the Dutch league soon because I think he's going to be suited best there as well. But yeah, definitely someone that you want to buy in your team. Tomislav Seg from San Fries. Now this guy, I've actually been told by someone that he is really good on the game. So I've actually started fiddling around with him, see what he's like. And I'll tell you what, he's not just a goal scorer, but he sets up so many goals too. It is so good to have a player like that on your team. He is so good, like I said. It's going to cost you about £4 million, unfortunately, to buy him. But if you wait just a season and a half, you can get him on a free transfer. And I tell you what, for the next 3 years, you've got a player who's not only going to be a good goal scorer, but a player who assists loads too. João Pedro. Now we all know who João Pedro is, but not a lot of people actually talk about him, to be fair. João Pedro, he's a goal machine. Simple as that. Doesn't matter if you're playing on the 0.60 database or the 0.68 database. This guy scores goals, 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 and I tell you what, he scores even more goals than that too. Kurniawan from PSPS. 100,000, you're spending 150, 200,000 pounds on this guy. Indonesian 25-year-old, you've got him for 10 years if you sign him. But he scores so many goals. Even in an Indonesian national team, you let it play for 10 years, you'll see that he's got 80, 90 caps by the end of in the 10 years time. And he's got 50, 60 goals as well. This guy is incredible for an Indonesian player. Now, once again, buy him on the dirt cheap. I've played him, I've used him in the Dutch league, and I tell you what, he scores loads of goals. It is unreal, and that's one player that I'm really surprised at has gone right under the radar. The fact that I've never heard him before, seen him, and seen how he scores goals for fun. It is so good to have a player like him in your team. Lovrek from Zagreb, 21-year-old Croatian. He is still cheap, £600,000-700,000 it'll cost to buy him. But I'll tell you what, for the next 13-14 years, he scores so many goals for you, it's unreal. And even if you wanted to flip him after a couple of seasons, his value shoots up to 2.5-3 million. But once again, this guy is definitely someone that you want in your team, even if you wait to the end of the season where you can get him on the free transfer. Christian Michelsen from Stabæk, 25-year-old Norwegian. You can get him on a free transfer pretty soon, only have to wait 4 months for him there. But you spend £500,000 if you don't want to wait for the approach to sign button to show up. But he scores loads of goals in the Norwegian league. In the Swedish league, he's so good too on this game. So if you're managing a Swedish team, try him, because I tell you what, you are going to start thinking Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Michelsen. Michelsen's cheaper and he scores just as many goals as Zlatan. Mauricio Pinales from Universidad de Chile, 17-year-old Chilean player. I'll tell you what, £100,000, you've got an investment for the next 15-16 years. This guy can easily get 30 goals every season for you. Play him in up front on his own, and you have 3 attacking midfielders, even 2 attacking midfielders behind him. The amount of goals this guy scores, it is unreal. David Prats from Igedo, 22-year-old Spanish player. Doesn't get a look in for the Spanish team unless he's playing in the top league. You're looking at £110,000 it costs to buy him, but his stats, they absolutely elevate to such standards you didn't think that David Prats can actually attend to. But this guy scores so many goals, his stats are incredible after 4 seasons, and then he will then start getting picked for the Spanish team. Andre Sigporsson from Molde. Everyone should know Andre Sigporsson. He is a goal machine on the game. 1 million, if he's actually interested in joining your club, £1 million you'll spend, bring him into your team. I'll tell you what, for the next 8-7 years you've got him from then on, he scores so many goals you won't need to look or even think about another striker. Alan Skoro, 20-year-old Bosnian. He is a free transfer on the game to start off with. He does score a fair few goals, don't get me wrong, but for me this is the type of player that I flip after a few seasons because he's valued at £3 million after a few seasons. Flip him over and you can get some more money in your club and you can find some more strikers. Attila Tokoli from Ferencváros. you're spending just around £1 million on this player, guys. But I'll tell you what, he is so good on the game. I've tried him out with PSV, he scores loads of goals. I even tried him out with Rangers too. He scores goals for fun in any of those leagues. The next challenge is me having him in the English league and see how he performs. Emil Yurimov from Botev Plovdiv. Now, for a lot of us guys, we know of the super sub of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. This guy is a super sub on the game. You can bring him on at half time and he scores straight away. It is unreal that this guy scores so many goals from being as a substitute. I never start him, to be fair, because I think that he just brings that extra flair in the team that you need. Even though his flair stat is 9, it doesn't mean nothing. He scores so many goals, it is unreal. And for a price tag of £250,000 that you'll probably have to pay to buy him, it's money well worth spent on this guy. And the last player on our list, Antonio de Nigris from Monterrey. 23-year-old Mexican. You're spending £1.5 million to get him away from Monterrey, unless you want to wait 5 seasons to try and pry him away. But he does sign a new contract pretty soon if a club doesn't go for him anyway. But you've easily got a player who scores so many goals. It is so good to have a player like him. I've managed a Mexican team before, and I'll tell you what, I found it so much fun watching him score so many goals. And the fact that you can go so far in the World Cup with Mexico with him as a sole striker, it's so stacked to see him scoring that many goals. So guys, that is the end of our obscure players list that no one really talks about, or loads of players that have gone right under the radar too. If you think that we have missed anyone on this list, leave a comment down below, let me know who you have found, and then we can have a look at him too. But guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure that you do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell too. We will do more obscure player videos very soon, but until then guys, thank you very much for your love and your support, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you the next video that we have on my channel here at TGR. That's Gaming Robo.